Hi, in this video we will see how to use AssureAI for aging analysis. To start, let us go to the assignment landing page and click on aging analysis, perform aging analysis. Now the system starts to sort balances for all the ledgers pertinent for aging analysis. Now AssureAI sorts ledgers under capital work in progress, intangible assets under development, trade payables and trade receivables. As there are no ledgers under capital work in progress and intangible assets under development, the table is empty. Moving to trade payables. Now in a matter of few seconds, we've seen that the system has sorted the balances for 232 creditors. What is the logic behind the sorting? AssureAI uses a two-way approach to sort all the balances. The first approach is an outstanding bill approach. Now let us assume that in the client's bookkeeping system, the payment tracking is done against every bill and the outstanding bill report is brought into AssureAI. Then that will be the best benchmark for sorting the closing balance into various aging buckets. Now for any creditor, if that data is not available, in that scenario, system uses FIFO algorithm, which is going into the ledger of the creditor and analyzing the transactions, and according to the dates they are sorted into various buckets. Now the data for the entire table is populated by the system wherever in whichever bucket it is actually due, but the entire table is also editable. Now let us try and make a change. The row gets highlighted in yellow. So what is this feature? The closing balance should be equal to the sum of all the amounts in the various buckets. If there is either an value that is more or less than the closing balance, that causes a difference, which causes the system to highlight the row in yellow, indicating that there is a difference. Now this difference has to be resolved. So the difference is resolved and the highlight is actually gone. Now there has been a manual change to the row. So we have to save the data. Once the data is saved, the is manually edited flag is highlighted to S, indicating that the values in this row have been manually edited by the user. Subsequent to making all the changes to the table, if the user wishes to reverse all the changes that has been made manually and go back to only having the system given numbers, the rerun aging analysis option can be used. It gives a pop-up indicating to the user that any manual correction made to the table this far will be lost upon rerunning aging analysis. Clicking on S, the changes have been reversed to the system generated numbers and the user changes have been reversed. Another feature available is sorting the creditors as is MSME or is disputed. Now this checkbox ticking has to be done manually by the user. The system does not do anything. But if a checkbox is selected in year 1, the same selection is remembered by the system in subsequent years. User can of course make changes to these selections. The trade receivable logic is exactly the same as the trade payables. The classification here is secured, is disputed, or is considered doubtful. Again, user has to use the checkboxes to select which is applicable to the debtors here. After having made all the changes and saving all the changes in the aging analysis table, if subsequently there is a need for the user to either rerun ledger classification or to re-import JSON into the assignment, the aging analysis will be rendered stale and it has to be rerun. So let us see what happens if we are rerunning ledger classification. Now ledger classification is successfully completed. Let us try clicking on aging analysis again. Now this message will be given to the user which says aging analysis is outdated because either there has been a voucher re-import or change in ledger classification. In this case, we have rerun ledger classification. Now the user has to click on perform aging analysis again for the table to be enabled. If there have been manual changes the previous time and the user wishes to override the manual changes, this button can also be checked. Clicking on perform aging analysis. So now that we have checked on override manual changes, again manual corrections will be lost. Confirming it. Table is displayed to the user. If manual changes have been made, they would have been reversed now. Thank you.